All right, so I had a late night with the grind and now we're moving on to the stuff. So I'm making some brat sausages today. I have all my ingredients laid out and I already got the hog casings soaking. They're supposed to soak 30 to 40 minutes. Now I got my hog casings from Cabela's. You can also get them from a local butcher shop. And I went with hog casings because they're the most easily digestible rather than a synthetic or fibrous casing. And I was on the search for organic casings, but apparently they don't exist. So, you know, it is what it is, everything in moderation, and we're not gonna eat these every day, but they are absolutely delicious. So I'm really excited to get these in the freezer and to get them on the grill, actually. So while these are soaking, I will get started on my meat mixture. Last night when I was grinding up meat, I set aside 10 pounds of the grinded meat so that I could mix it up with all my seasonings, and then I'm gonna put it through the grinder on the stuff setting and stuff the casing. So this is actually the first soak, and there's a second soak that you have to do with these as well. So we've got a little while for those till they'll be ready, but I'll get started on mixing the meat. All right, so I've got my 10 pounds of beautiful fresh elk burger. So for the seasonings, we have salt. It's very important. So it actually calls for quite a bit of salt. It calls for 4 tablespoons, but I'm doing 3. Next up we have sugar. I'm doing 2 tablespoons of that. Garlic powder, which is probably my favorite ingredient. I'm doing a full tablespoon, and then I'm gonna do a half too. Or a teaspoon, I guess. Garlic is important to me. Then onion powder. 1 tablespoon of that. Quite a lot of seasonings, actually. My main seasonings that I put in are salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and thin sugar, and then do less of all the other ingredients. So for the pepper, we'll do 1 teaspoon. I've got some coriander. And we're gonna do a half a teaspoon of that. I like to smell the seasoning so I kind of get a good idea of what flavor the brats are gonna be. Then we've got some caraway seeds, so I'm actually gonna do a whole teaspoon of those. We've got our extra spicy seasoning. Now this has savory and mace in it, and those are 2 ingredients that I see a lot in the brat recipes that I've looked up. So I just love this dash, no salt, extra spicy seasoning. So I'm gonna do a full tablespoon of this. I'm gonna try not to sneeze with all these seasonings in the air. Cumin seed. Come on. I'm doing half a teaspoon of that. Like I said, there's a lot of seasonings in here, but the last thing you want is not enough seasonings on brats. Mustard powder, so I'm doing a half a teaspoon of mustard powder. Red pepper flakes. I like it spicy, so I'm doing a full tablespoon of those. All right, and last we have beer. I'm doing a Ninkasi Pale Ale. Ninkasi's here in Eugene, but it is a very popular beer. So I'm doing the whole cup. Now we'll get mixing on the meat. I'm gonna make sure I have enough seasoning in here too for all this meat. So I'm an over spicer, I'd say. So I even sometimes go back and put extra stuff in, which I might do. That smells really good. You want to make sure you mix it up really well. You can also add jalapenos, which I would love to do, but my husband is not such a spice fan. Well, jalapeno fan, I should say. He likes it spicy, but he doesn't like jalapenos. And then also you can add cheese too. He likes cheese, but I'm not a huge fan, so you can add it after as well. Just put it on the top after you make it. All right, that looks good. I am gonna add a little bit more garlic powder. I just don't think you can ever have enough of that. And then this extra spicy seasoning. Sorry, Ty, I hope they're not too spicy for you. But also, if you like jalapenos and your significant other doesn't, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll mince up some jalapenos and put them on top anyways, instead of putting them on the inside. So that's always a good option if you have picky eaters at home. All right, so now that's mixed, I'm gonna put it in the fridge for a little bit and then do another soak of my seasonings. So, get this in the fridge. Take these guys out of here and do another round of water. All right, so these are going to soak for another 30 minutes. Then I'll come back and start the stuffing process. All right, so it is time to make some sausages. I am gonna start by oiling the sausage stuffer. Then, got my little rolls here. I gotta find the end of one. There we go. Open it up. And if it's not going on this little apparatus, then it might be that it didn't soak long enough, but these ones are definitely flexible, pliable, and expandable. So these ones have been soaking, and the oil just kind of helps. See how easily that slides right on there? You want to be careful with them too. You don't want them to burst on you. You don't want to get holes in them. I mean, they should be pretty resilient. You want to save a little room at the end so you can tie them up or just kind of twist them up. Get our meat in here. Okay. Turn it on. Make sure it's on stuff. And then you want to hold the end so that it doesn't just come out the other side. You can definitely feed it through. You don't want to feed it through too hard because you don't want it to pop or burst. And then really just make them the size that you want them and the length that you want them. I'm so excited to have these in my freezer, seriously. We love to tailgate and go to the Oregon Duck games, so these will be a real nice treat to bring. Now we don't have to buy them from the store, which there's nothing wrong with that, you know, if you get it from the store, but that's kind of a big one, but all right, so you want to make sure, so right now I am going counterclockwise. Took me a second there. And then do the next one. So I did counterclockwise there, so I'm going to want to do clockwise in the next one so that they stay. Rio's walking around and she's really jealous. She has been smelling the meat all day and she has gotten the scraps that have gone to the ground. She's happy about that, but she's very tempted by all this elk smell. So I went counterclockwise, and now it's time to go clockwise. And voila! All right, then you want to leave a little bit at the end so that you can twist it. Oops. Without unraveling the whole bunch. And I would tie this end for right now until we cut it off. All right, so that made 8 links, and we'll just cut them. While I'm working on these ones, I'm gonna cook one up and eat it for lunch. Real good. You can add, you know, relish or whatever it is you want to it. I'm just gonna try it plain. Oh man, this looks delicious. Man, those are perfect. They're super moist, cooked perfectly. I grilled them for about 6 minutes and they cooked through and through. Man, those are really good. Ty's gonna be super excited when he gets home. I'm super excited that I just made my very own brats, holy cow. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, you can find me on Instagram, on my YouTube, on Facebook, or you can email me as well. So I've got a lot more brats that I need to make. I also need to package the ones that I already prepared. So I'll see you guys later.